All right. Week 10 of Troubles in Otari. We are back, and last time was pretty eventful. Um, y'all were heading deeper into these caverns under Otari, trying to figure out what the fuck is going on down there. You've encountered kobolds, and you've figured out some things about some of them got separated from the pack before, and there's been cave-ins, and they found a new friend. They've been raising a new pet, a new terrible, terrible beast down underground that you've uncovered to be a green dragon wormling. You fought their boss and took care of him, although it was pretty sketchy here and there. Turns out that their boss Zolgren was a spellcaster and really messed you up with some magic missiles. It was not a very fun combat for you all. But even though a couple of you dipped down to pretty low amounts of hit points, nobody actually was taken out, and you seized victory from the jaws of defeat. As you all rested up, patched up your wounds, looted the nearby area for some fun treasure, including a smoking sword and a hat of disguise and all sorts of other trinkets the kobolds were stashing. You took a few hours, and as Oswin sat and waited near the entrance to the next room, keeping watch in that direction, he eventually heard a low, growling sound. Off in the distance. It was a deep enough, loud enough sound, and just, even though you could tell it was very distant, the volume of it made you like shake to your core. Like your instincts were telling you this is something you should run away from this instant. But that's a choice you can make. What choice do you make? Let me bring us over to the map, because that's where we were.
Real quick,
wrong.
can you redo my Curse of the Creeping Ashes?
Redo. Yes. Did the effect get removed?
Yeah, I forgot which one was the destroy it click when I right clicked on it to
Nice.
try to read more details and forgot that that's what removes things here.
Yeah, all good. I think if I just do... You're just at level 1, right?
Should be minor, yeah.
There you go. So minor... Alright, cool. We're in there.
Oh, everyone got it.
Oh
Everyone got
yeah,
what?
that I accidentally pushed it up to moderate, and at that point it starts affecting other people.
Yes. Yeah, true, because you have like smoke swirling around you. But for now, just minor. So Oswin, you're on the edge of this cave, and you just heard this growl coming from that direction, which I don't think anyone else has quite seen over there yet. But you can see there's all this crazy, unnaturally large fungus and these green swirling clouds in that room. Does not look like a particularly pleasant place that you want to venture into.
It looks like there's. I heard something really scary from that other cave over there. Bunch of mushrooms, and it might be where the dragon is, or the wormling.
We avoid it for now. Come back another day.
That weekend.
Alright, do we just loot some stuff and leave?
Personally, I still have some energy to go.
Oh, we
Not-
could check down, or what's down that pit at the bottom of the stairs, not stairs, ramp, cliff.
There's also the barrels in the other room that have running water behind it that we can try to move.
Whatever you do, I have no more healing magic left.
got the wand of healing still. That should help out a tiny bit, potentially.
And I can heal us out of combat as well.
All right. I will defer to the group.
Should we check out the pit first? I want to try something out that I learned recently.
I am happy to avoid the dragon as long as we can.
Yeah, we should probably have full spells when we do.
All right, this is probably an awful decision that I'm about to make. DM, I would like to jump into the pit.
Oh, that pit. Okay. Do you have a plan on the way down, or are you just gonna hit the ground?
I do. I have a reaction to cast air cushion,
Uh-huh.
which is basically rip off Featherfall.
Okay. 60 feet per round. Okay.
This
So
is
yeah,
totally
using
different.
yeah, exactly. It's totally different. But yes, using your air cushion, yeah, you manage to float down into this pit. You take no damage. I don't think anyone actually looked into the pit to figure out how deep it was, right? Because you all.
Oh, I did. It wasn't like super deep, if I remember correctly.
Maybe.
I peeked into it.
I can't remember, because I remember some people got close, and I was like, you might have to like hold a torch out over it. Nobody had a torch, and then there were stuff. But yeah, it's not like a bottomless pit or anything. We'll say it's like 20 feet. It's another 20-foot pit. We'll go with that. But it's just kind of jagged rocks and stuff down at the bottom. But you float down gently enough that you manage to land safely even on that surface.
Do I see anything at the bottom of the pit?
You do not. It is pretty much just jagged rocks. Yeah, I mean, you see some skulls and bones and things. But looking around, you don't notice anything valuable other than, maybe some of these bones are... Most of them are kobold bones, it looks like.
Kobolds that fell in the pit.
Yeah. Or were perhaps executed.
And then tossed in the pit. Alright, I'm looking around. I don't see anything down here of note. Lots of bones. It's really not a very pleasant place. I don't recommend coming down here. It doesn't go anywhere either.
Have a rope. I'm gonna drop down a rope so that Ayla can climb back up.
Gonna attempt to climb out.
All right. Okay, so that is an athletics check, please.
It is.
So I believe for climbing, that is a fail, which means you don't manage to make any progress. You just sit there and kind of slip against the wall.
I probably should have thought this through before I came down here. I'm not very good at climbing.
Did somebody say something about a rope?
Yeah, I had dropped a rope down.
Okay, so if you could give me an athletics check as well, then, to aid. And we'll see if this bumps this up to a 10. Alright, that will do it. So that means Ayla gets halfway up at this point. As the two of you try and get this rope tied to something and make sure that there's enough rope for Ayla and all that, and then Ayla, you make it halfway up.
I would like to attempt to continue up the rope.
All right.
I would
Another
like
athletics.
aid.
All right, that's a +1.
All right. That is more than my current modifier. Hey,
Right.
16.
With some teamwork on Ayla and Ashay's part, you do manage to finally climb your way out of the pit.
Thanks for the rope. It's dark down there. I mean, not with my torch, but shadowy.
Yeah, I'm already recoiling the rope and putting it back in my bag.
Right. Well, should we check out the barrels then? If that's what's left before the scary room?
Is the dragon getting any closer, or is it just hanging out in its mushroom cave?
The sound you heard earlier didn't sound like a bellowing roar or anything. It just sounded like kind of like a passive, just like a chittering sound. Like it was just making noises somewhere in there. It didn't sound like it was coming your way or it was like crying in rage or anything like that.
Okay.
Perhaps even like, yeah. Whether it's like sleeping and making sounds or just running around and playing and making sounds, it is a wormling after all.
Vibe,
Yeah, it's vibing. It was a vibing sound. But even its vibing sound is terrifying to you all. It's I don't know if like lions purr, but it would be like hearing the sound of a lion purring. Like sure, maybe that's a happy sound, but it coming from such a terrifying beast makes it a terrifying sound.
I guess we go to barrels then, unless anybody has a bright idea for how to make the dragon easier to kill.
My bright idea is waiting for spell slots to come back.
Yeah, I think we should sleep on it and see if we come up with any ideas.
Right. Oops. I'm not jumping in the pit again. I'm carefully going around the pit.
So are you heading to the barrels in order to do stuff with them, or are you just heading out of the dungeon for now?
To the barrel.
All right.
To check them out. Nocti is going to very carefully skirt around the edges of the room where the death fountain is, being careful not to touch anything.
I'm going to take a listen at the barrels again.
All right. Could you give me a perception check in secret, please? All right. So you take a listen at the barrels, and you feel like, for some reason, your mind is a little more clear this time. Your near-death encounter, the experience you've had just being down here in this dungeon for multiple days now, you're starting to get used to this place a little bit. You're starting to get used to its sounds, the way things work, what kind of sounds you need to listen for. And you hear the running water like you did before. You also hear like a faint, very distant sound of some very strange and alien voices bickering with each other in a language you don't understand. It doesn't even sound like a grammatical structure you've ever heard before. But there's definitely some sort of energy behind their words, even if they've echoed off many walls before they've reached you and garbled any meaning.
And it doesn't sound like the kobolds.
It does not sound like kobolds, no.
I will share that information. There's somebody in an argument down there, but it's not kobolds and I don't understand it.
Does it sound human-like?
Hard to tell. It was echoey.
Yeah, let's see. What languages do you all have? Because I should actually check that, shouldn't I? Common, Elven, and Halfling. It does not sound like any of those.
Do you think they might be friendly if we ask nicely?
I don't know.
It definitely sounded it sounded like the language, whatever they're speaking, was made up of a lot of squeals and grunts and like very guttural like throat sounds and it didn't seem like it's a very uh it doesn't sound like any of the like natural human languages you've heard. There's like a lot of sounds that you're not even sure that like a human mouth could easily produce, things like that. It sounded very weird.
I will share that information.
Makes sense. So there's definitely something beyond the barricade. What do y'all want to do about it?
Do we know how far past the barricade it is? Is it like right there, or is it a ways away?
You do not know how far, no. I mean, you don't know an exact number, you do know it's distant.
Okay. Is
Part
there
of
any?
me, part of me wants to stay far, far away. The other part of me kind of wants to check it out.
Is there anything that we can kind of try to look through, or is it pretty solidly we need to break it to see through it?
It's pretty solid, and also, I mean, you don't even see any gaps where like light is coming out, so you pretty quickly assume that there's no light source on the other side. So even if you could see through, you'd be very limited by your light shining through, and it's just you're pretty much gonna have to at least partially break it to try and look through.
Okay. Do we want to leave it alone, or did we want to try to break it?
Same problem as before. If they're hostile, I only have our potions.
So you could try and take it apart sneakily if you want to. I think we attempted that before as well. Or you could try to just smash it apart. Or you could ignore it for now. But there are a multitude of options here.
Well, if we know something's past there, we could maybe. I don't know. I have a rope in my bag. I could lay it down in front of the doorway, and if it's disturbed, we know something moved. For when we come back, I mean.
Like in front of the
I
barricade?
mean,
Yeah, yeah.
the barricade doesn't look any different from the last time we were here, does it?
Well, you never
Um,
know. They could try and. Oh, not directed at. Not in character. My bad.
Well, it was kind of both in and out of character.
Yeah, it doesn't look like something you could particularly easily pick up and put back the same way. It's just a ton of barrels just kind of um crammed down this hole. Um
If I had to make a guess, the kobolds didn't like what was down there, so they blocked the exit.
that would make sense, yeah.
Sorry, that was in character. I am
Oh, good.
tired and inflection is not happening.
Don't worry.
No worries at all. But I also don't mind confirming some thoughts here and there.
So what time of day is it? Is it like noon? Because we only had one
Oh,
fight.
goodness. Yeah, not late at all. Very early in the day, I think. You basically came down here and got your asses beaten by kobolds, and that was it.
Hey, we also kicked some kobold ass.
This is true.
Yeah, now I just need to worry about two things that are scary.
I just my 2 cents, but I'd say probably leave the barrels for last, because if we make a really loud sound, we might just alert the dragon.
That's a good point. Though that fight earlier was kind of noisy on its own, wasn't it? But I would have liked to avoid alerting the dragon. That sounds scary. Although I do kind of want to know what it looks like.
To be
Not seen
fair,
one in person.
I don't know how good dragon hearing is or whether they care. It would be easier to deal with the barrels when we don't have to worry about a baby dragon coming at us from the other side.
I like this plan. Dragon first, then barrels. Anyone else opposed to going back up to the surface?
That works for me.
Do we need to wait like a full night for spell slots to recharge? Or how does that work?
I believe so.
I think it's a long rest, so I mean, in theory, we could sleep 8 hours in the middle of the day and come back at night, but don't know what that would do for our sleep cycles or the dragon.
Yeah, did we learn if dragons were nocturnal or day?
Yeah, so resting in this game requires 8 hours. You can only benefit from it once every 24 hours. So you'd probably have to wait until night, start your rest, and then wake up at a normal time. So if you wanted to hit it at night, you would have to sleep tonight, wait a whole day, then come back the next night. Because if you pushed on until then, right now, it would be too soon for you to get the benefits of a rest. Let's see, and then you do a little bit of healing. You lose some conditions that are reduced by sleep, and then you do your daily preparations, which includes preparing spell slots, that kind of thing. So yeah, all those assumptions were pretty much correct. But you could sleep and come back in the morning, or you could sleep and then do another day of, I don't know, nothing, and then come back at night. So I mean, there's some options, but we can kind of, skip over it too and just say like, hey, what's your plan? All right, you go to sleep, you and then normal, you're back. Just, we don't need to go over all the details, but
Yeah, it's just terrifying because everything is telling us not to fight the dragon.
oh yeah, no, like your instincts are screaming there's a room full of poison and mushrooms and it's bad. You could go talk to somebody about it. That's an option if you want to do that before you sleep.
I mean, if you guys want to tackle the barrels, then we can. It's probably easier than the dragon, but I don't know. Some part of me is worried that the dragon's gonna find us anyways.
I feel like easier than a dragon is a kind of low bar. Um,
Yeah, I guess we could try to go talk to
Yeah,
people again about the dragon.
how about just to move things along? we'll say at this point, y'all head back up to town with the plan to get some information and come back the next day to tackle the barrels or the dragon or something. Yeah, but maybe gathering some information will help you decide. So you come back up in the fishery. Would you like to talk to Tamily while you're here, or do you want to head to somewhere else in town, or what's your plan?
My best idea at the moment is to potentially talk to the people at Crow's Casks, since they make potions and might know about poison.
Mm.
Okay. Yeah, we could do that. So you make your way down to Crow's Casks, where Magaloy, the Tengu barkeep, and he mixes some things together.
Hey, Megaloy, question for you.
Yes.
How much do you know about poisonous mushrooms?
Which?
Probably poisonous. Well, they'd have to. We found them below town. We didn't take any because it was scary. Do I know what they looked like from the peek into the?
Yeah, give me a nature roll to see if you can recall any specific details about them.
Oh, heck yeah, there's a chance.
I would like to get on that.
Sure. Yeah, anyone who wants to try and remember some details about them.
Blind?
Yeah. So yeah, Ayala, you struggle to remember anything. You're just thinking about it. You're like, yeah, they looked very poisonous. I don't know what else to say. But Ogden, you have a very vivid memory in your mind, a very vivid mental picture of what these things looked like. They were large and like various shades of pale yellow and deep dark brown, and they all of them had like lots of spots and little like holes for spores to be ejected out of. Those are the two things you remember.
All right, I would probably chime in and describe them to the. Was it Magaloy?
A megalo, yeah.
Okay.
Don't recognize. Not from here.
Not from here, but they're right underneath the town.
Something brought them.
Do you know where we might be able to find more information about mushrooms like that?
Well, holds up a single feathered finger and turns around, puts down the, the flasks and vials she was holding. Points at as she turns away. She points at her counter and says, "No touch," and then heads back into a back room. You hear some things shuffling around and rustling, and some boxes being shifted, and then sounds of some pages being flipped through. And she comes back out through the door with a book in her hands. She's currently flipping through it and shows you some mushrooms, Ogden. It says, "Are these them?" They're not them. These?
No, it's not those ones.
It flips through them some more. And after a few more attempts at that, trying to find and narrow down exactly what you're looking for, she let me roll for her and see if she actually manages it. Yes, there we go. She flips to another page and finally shows you a picture, and they look exactly like the ones you thought you saw down underground. She starts scanning through the page. Interesting. Nothing to worry about short term. Don't want to spend long time down there. Dangerous over prolonged exposure.
How long is prolonged?
Well, you
Like
don't
an
build a
hour?
house. Don't build a house there. No.
Okay. So they'll probably be fine if we accidentally like poke them or something. Is what you're saying?
She closes the book and sets it aside and just shrugs.
Nice face.
She starts working with her vials and bottles again.
I will turn to the rest of the party and shrug. Well, that's enough to convince me. I guess it's just the wormling that we'll have to worry about.
Well, and the wormling's poison too.
It's a package deal. They come together.
Maybe there's some poison remedies we can take in advance of the fight.
Oh, smart. I hadn't thought of that.
So,
Yeah, I think we actually went over that last time y'all were in town. So basically you could get a potion of resist poison would be the best thing for this, but it's expensive. That would be like a 45 gold pieces purchase per potion.
And only one of us would be able to drink each potion because it's a potion.
Correct. But that would give you 5 resistance against damage. You might be able to get a minor potion. Let me see if that even exists.
I have
Does-
28 gold pieces.
I mean, that's pretty good. I don't see a potion of resistance minor popping up.
We could sell the stuff we have now and see if that gives us enough.
That's true too. I'm also just looking through. A lot of stuff involving poison appears to be pretty expensive, just from my brief scan through things. Yeah, I don't see anything obviously jumping out at me, unfortunately. So I think that might be something that you could definitely spend some gold on that if you want to, but it won't come cheap. And yeah, that's something Magaloy could actually brew up for you here. So she'll explain that to you. Yes. Preemptive poison care fortification. 45 gold pieces per dose.
That's pretty pricey. Pretty pricey. Although knowing your work, it'll be best we'll be able to find.
She just shrugs.
How much is the minor potion of healing worth?
To sell or to buy?
Either.
To buy is 4 gold pieces. To sell would be 2 gold pieces.
Oh, okay. Thought there might be a little more trading value on that.
Yeah, the minor ones are pretty cheap because they don't do a lot. I mean, they're accessible for fledgling adventurers. But to be fair, 4 gold pieces is like multiple weeks' wages. I think. I'm pretty sure. Something like that. It's a lot. I'm pretty sure you measure your living expenses in like just a few silver pieces. All right, so any other questions for Megaloy? Or do you want to just sell some bulk stuff and come back and make a purchase? Or what's the plan?
I think we should probably sell what we've got on us and then at least buy 1 or 2 more healing potions just in case.
That makes sense. Also, yes, 4 gold pieces is enough to live comfortably for a whole month. So, it's the price of an entire month's rent, food, etc., utilities, for a single potion of healing. So it sounds like 4 gold pieces is not a lot, but it do add up. So we can handle selling all the bulk stuff just as whatever, if you want to do that. I can just convert all of the party's basic loot into cash. That should be easy enough. But is there anything special the party wants to take a look at?
I wanted to sell the shell necklaces again.
Yes, I've also got more shell necklaces.
Oh, sick. There's a convenient
I'm just going to
sell
move
button.
them to the party inventory.
Oh, I also wanted to see if I could find any resources anywhere that lined up with this old map of a strange looking dungeon.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, where would you want to bring that? Or would you like some ideas, or do you want to just figure it out?
I'd probably start by going to Odd Stories.
Okay, yeah, that's a good idea. So you enter Odd Stories. It's the middle of the day, so they're definitely open. And you see Morbland inside once again at the counter. His glasses far down on his nose and his face buried in a very, very thick tome as he walks in, his eyes scanning back and forth rapidly. But as the door creaks open, he looks up from the book and pushes it aside and says, "Welcome, welcome. Yes, come on in, come on in. Welcome back to Odd Stories. What can we do for you?"
I've got this map. Have you ever seen anything like it? I don't know what it's a map of, but
I see.
that's what I'm trying to figure out.
You've come to sell for information and appraisal?
Yeah, look for information mostly.
I see. I see. Looks at the whole group back and forth, kind of considering for a second. Well, for up and coming adventurers in the city, his expression lightens a little bit. Why not? The map, please.
I'll hand over the map.
He'll unroll it onto his counter and adjust his spectacles up closer to his eyes and squint down at it. Ah, this is not something I recognize right away. And I'll have him do a knowledge check on it. Now I've got to pick which skill I think is most likely here. Yeah, that sounds good. All right. Huh. You know, I think I have seen a few things like this pass through here before. Um, this appears to be a map of one of the very earliest, highest floors of the Gauntlet Keep before it was torn down and destroyed many years ago. Yeah, it's been picked clean as far as I know at this point. Not much of a treasure map, but sort of iconic in a way. And those of you familiar with the area, especially those of you who live in the wilderness, would know Gauntlet Keep is the massive sort of lighthouse-like structure you can see over the horizon around Otari all the time. It's never lit, it's very old, it's very broken down, but it's past the forest to the north. You can probably see it on the map if you go up a bit. Yeah, you've probably heard rumors of many adventurers going there and either meeting their end or coming back disappointed with no loot because, people tell tales of how it used to be this crazy sorceress's main hideout and she kept all sorts of crazy things there, but, too many adventurers have come through to find adventure and now there's no more adventure to be had.
Uh-huh.
So, think of it like, an authentic poster to keep, and a truly iconic artifact, though I'm afraid it likely has no value on an informational level. Um, if you're not interested in keeping it, I might hold on to it just to hang up here as a bit of decoration. What are your thoughts?
I will look around at the party. Ashay, do you want to? You, I don't know how much wall space you have. I didn't pay that close attention when we stopped by for breakfast the other day.
Uh, sure. Well, actually, it's not my place. I'm renting a room.
Well, if you would like to keep it, far be it from me to take it off your hands, but if you are looking to sell, I would offer you 2 gold pieces for it.
Why not? It'll see more use and appreciation here.
All right. Yes, good doing business. He'll hold out his hand to shake.
I will shake his hand.
All right. Goes behind his counter and finds an old coin purse and pulls it up and counts out. Let's see. Starts counting it. It doesn't appear he actually gets a lot of gold pieces here. So he actually counts out a combination of silver and copper pieces that adds up to 2 gold pieces and then hands it over. But functionally, I'll just add 2 gold pieces to the stash. Oh, there you are.
Thank you very much. It was gonna bug me all week if I couldn't figure out what that map was of.
Yes, it is quite a curious piece. Like I said, Gauntlet Keep, extremely iconic. I'm sure people will want to ask questions about it once they enter in here, but it's unfortunately those adventurers are already completed. But many more adventurers out in the fog fens, I'm sure. I'm sure some of you get up to those occasionally, don't you? He looks over at Ogden and Oswin, as you are pretty well known around town as, mostly living in the forests around here. Do you have any interesting tales of late?
Our latest adventure is under the town.
Ah, yes, I heard word of that. Miss Tamily has hired you for that, yes?
Yeah.
Well, best of luck. I've heard some nasty rumors about it, so I'm sure you'll all be safe, but, take care. Is there any other business you needed here at the moment? He says while sort of, not so stealthily sliding the book he was reading back across his counter towards him.
Don't think so. I don't.
All right. Good day then.
Good day.
Good day.
And he'll dig back into that book. While he does that, where are the rest of you going once again? Another place, selling more things, looking for more information?
Do you guys think we need a spike trap? Because I could sell that.
Oh, if we wanted to avoid the dragon first, we could set up the spike trap in one of the hallways so it can't get through.
Hmm.
I don't know why I didn't think of that earlier, but
Yeah, that would be a good way to cover our exit, or block the dragon in, I should say.
DM, do I think a spike trap will stop a dragon from getting through?
No. You do not think. You think it might make it slightly angrier, if it even fails to notice it in the first place.
Yeah, I think it's better to just sell the spike trap. Because
That
we're
sounds good.
we're trying to get enough to get one of us poison resistance, right?
I also had 2 more shell necklaces that I didn't realize.
Yoink.
I think that's probably a good idea.
I'll contribute 28 gold.
I mean, I think we're already pretty close to 40 from this recent batch of stuff. I've got 4 gold all told. I can put that in.
Put some gold in myself. Who should drink the potion though once we get back down there? I mean, Ogden's most likely to be in the dragon's face, but
Yeah.
Eshe is able to keep us alive the best.
Ogden's better able to kill the dragon, and I've got healing potions.
I think Ogden is probably our best bet.
Actually, let's see. If I'm not as Shay, but as Joanna, I'm looking at the party thing, and it looks like we have a total coinage of 106 gold pieces, which is enough to buy 2 if we were really willing to go all out on this one.
Seems accurate.
I've offered up all mine.
So if you, one of the easier ways to do this might be if people actually shift what they want to offer up into the party fund itself, you can just drag and drop. I think that would work. I'm not sure if that would be the easiest way. So yeah, if you can get that up to 90, you could get the 2 potions.
All right. I took care of mine.
How do you get to the party fund?
So in your inventory, there's press P.
Oh, there's a shortcut.
Mm-hmm.
I had
It's
no
pretty sick.
idea.
And then you can just drag and drop from your inventory, and it'll ask you to confirm how much you want to put over there.
Additionally, if anyone has any more bulk loot they want to sell, whether it's kobold spears or whatever the fuck, just throw that in there and I'll sell it as well.
Let's see.
Probably can't sell anything like, magical or fancy that way, but yeah, if you picked up random loot.
Here we go.
All right, so you now have the 92 gold in the stash. So we'll just say you go back to Magaloy's and you grab a couple of those potions. Which I think I can do this. And then why is that not okay? Yes, this will be 2 gold pieces left, and
I
then
think it's 2 gold, 8 silver, 5 copper.
yeah, that's what I was thinking. Thank you. All right, there you go. So you got all of your remaining wealth in the party funds, which we can redistribute if you want. You know
Sure.
what? Let's do it. Boom! All the money redistributed. Although the gold pieces can't be split up more. Oh, you know what? I could do. You know what? Let's just do that. Magaloy will make a nice change with the all, so you can all have more money. And then you have the potions in there for whoever wants to take them from the stash.
Ogden should definitely have one.
I agree.
Hey, will you own one then?
I still think we should give the other one to you, Eshe. Because Oswin's got his sling, right? So he tends to try and stay out of range.
Yes.
So the one consideration I might bring up for resting now versus going back down, and this is just a data point, I'm not suggesting one way or another, is you all do have a +1 to all saving throws right now that you will not have tomorrow. That's because you got a very lucky roll at the fortune teller last night. But yeah, so that's just something to keep in mind. A +1 isn't, it's not game-breakingly large, but it's a bonus. Having your spells back, probably worth a lot more, but, just something to keep in mind when you're weighing options here. You could go back to the fortune tellers and just re-roll and see if you get it again.
What are the odds of that, though?
True.
I don't know. I'm feeling lucky today.
Can we guidance the fortune teller?
No, unfortunately. That would be funny, though. Like, it takes longer than guidance lasts.
Oh.
Sounds like sleep is still the plan, but sleep with fortune telling.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. Any more things you want to take a look at around town, or are we just gonna wait until you head over to Rin's Wonders? All right. So,
I
yes,
did
go ahead.
want to check. Do you guys want me to focus primarily on healing again for tomorrow?
Having at least some healing is probably a good idea. I'm not the best at healing personally, even with magic. So I can't guarantee that I can make the wand work all the time, unfortunately. I was just never that good at that part of my studies. I'm sorry.
But you have a 100% success rate so far.
No, I don't.
Don't you? I thought you did.
I have a 50% success rate on trick
Really?
magic item. Yeah,
Oh, I guess
tried
I
4 times.
misread. Lol. I guess just recently you've been popping off.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Are we gonna also try to heal Ayla?
What's your con modifier, Ayla?
4.
So Ayla will heal 4 points automatically from sleeping. I believe it might be more actually. I should look that up real quick.
What is
'cause I think it's
Ayla's
something like
health
that.
right now?
20 out of 32.
Okay, actually,
Okay.
you heal your Constitution modifier multiplied by your level, so you would heal 8 hit points just by sleeping.
Okay. So I'm 4 off of that after we.
I can try and help you.
I would appreciate that.
Okay, let's do the treat wounds thing.
Medicine.
This is medicine. This is medicine? Question mark.
That is a fail.
I guess I wait an hour and try again.
Fair
I
enough.
could try potentially. Although
Well,
wait,
you'd have to wait an hour.
yeah,
anyways.
I'd have to wait an hour. I'm not gonna try. I'm gonna let Ashay do it.
Let us
I
shake it
believe.
up. Hey, nice.
There you go. 6 points of
That's
healing.
enough.
Perfect.
Thank you.
And then if I do it for the full hour, then I double that, so you get 12.
Do we need to though? Because I'm gonna wake
Yeah.
up tomorrow.
I mean, it puts you at full now, so, and it's not like we don't have time to kill.
True, I don't think you have anyone
That's
else
fair.
to do treat ones on anyways, so might as well.
Hmm.
I think it's technically another 2d8 though.
Well, 2d8 on average is
Well, it
9,
says
right?
if you succeed at your check, you continue treating the target to grant additional healing. If you treat them for a total of 1 hour, double the hit points they regain
Oh,
from
okay.
treat wounds.
Fair enough. There you go then.
32.
You have the most health in the party.
I'm a great wizard.
Hell yeah. So a few hours pass as you patch each other up a little bit, maybe go out and grab some food somewhere, and finally you come back once everything is dark enough and the stars are out and most people have gone to sleep at this point. And so you return back to Rin's Wonders. And in the sake of time, we'll skip over it a little bit, and I'll just have Rin roll the thing. Because we've already gone through this introduction before. There we go. So the thing is now, your level has gone up, but Rin's has not. So I need to double check this. Okay. So Rin looks up at the stars once more and begins comparing the locations of the stars and the way things overlap and align, and compares these with some notes she's got, and looks through many pages of different tomes, and finally comes to an answer for all of you. So, let me read this effect here, because it's a long one, based on what she rolled. Okay. She says, "The stars will answer for you one question of the future. Things are uncertain, not so generally fortuitous as they were yesterday. What question would you have me ask?" "I can only ask the stars for something that will happen within the next 24 hours.
Will we survive the next day?
It's a dangerous question.
The stars are unsure what exactly you plan to do on this next day. Could you clarify for them?"
Possibly fight a dragon?
Oh, that's weird. Hold on.
It's a baby, though, if that helps.
Unfortunately, the stars, they will not answer me this question tonight. I apologize. Sometimes this happens. She looks very saddened by this. I was very close to an answer there, but things just don't connect sometimes. Technically, the stars resounded with nothing.
Hmm.
I do apologize that they weren't more helpful tonight. They were much more helpful last night. But the way the stars guide us is not always so straightforward, unfortunately.
Well, on the bright side, the stars didn't say anything bad, right?
This is true. They gave no answer.
So there's a chance we'll live.
The stars said nothing about whether you would live or not, unfortunately. So,
Which
yes,
means there's a chance.
this is correct. Well, I apologize again. She begins to yawn. But this has left me quite exhausted. It is not easy to read the stars, as much as I love doing so. But if you come back tomorrow, I'll be ready again.
Thank you for your help.
Of course. Anything for friends. And as she smiles, you can see her eyes are very tired. Like they close and then they don't really open very quickly.
Oh,
And she heads back into her tent. So, I assume you're all heading to rest then?
mhm.
All right.
Yep.
So you can all take benefits of a rest. 'Cause nothing comes to get you in your sleep. Don't worry, the dragon's not going to sneak into your apartment.
Uh-huh.
You do all lose the effects of the special effect that's on you, like the fate, whatever critical effect success thingy. Read the stars critical success. You can all remove that from your effects tab. And then yeah, whatever you need to do for your daily preparations, getting spells ready or whatever. I'm not sure how that works on Foundry. I assume there's an interface for it, but hopefully that's something cool it does. Do you just like, is there like a menu for it, or do you just have to do that manually?
I think I do it manually.
That's fair.
Yeah, It
So how
refreshes
many-
the number of uses, but I think I can set where I want my spells to go.
Right.
So, like right now, I have 0 uses for Bane because I haven't prepared it, but I've got 2 uses for Heal.
Yeah, I think you get a third first level slot at second level now that you've rested again after leveling up. So you could choose either an extra heal or to prepare a Bane as well. I don't know, do you get an extra spell learned this level? I'm not sure about that.
1 sec, let me check Path Builder.
You add to the spell repertoire as you increase in level. Every time you gain a spell slot, which you do at level 2, because you go from 2 slots to 3, you add a spell of the same level to your repertoire. Ooh. So yeah, you could technically pick a new first level spell. And you could, yeah, either allocate that point for heal or bane, or keep a new casting of that new spell or whatever. That's cool. We probably should have done that when we leveled up before, but I don't think you would have gotten the new casting of it anyways until you rested, so
Yeah.
it's whatever. There are a lot of spells, huh?
There are.
So while Joanna looks through that, sorry, unless you already have one.
Oh, I'm doing divine spells only, right?
Yes, I think so. Yes, you can choose these from the divine spell list, or from other divine spells to which you have access, which I assume is your curse stuff.
Yep.
Or maybe feats give you access to certain things or something. I feel like Foundry probably has a good... It does all these filters automatically. It's probably got at least some decent way to do the filters correctly.
Mm-hmm.
So while Joanna looks through that, anything else the rest of you want to do before you head down underground?
I did have a quick question about the smoking sword.
Yes.
So, if I concentrate as my first action, and then I make 2 attacks, the extra 1d6 is on both attacks, correct?
So, yeah, so you take the Stoke Flames action, which has the Concentrate trait, which is fine. That just means concentration doesn't work like it does in D&D. It just means certain status effects and things will mean you can't take actions with the Concentrate trait. Like if you're, stupefied or whatever, or raging or things like that. But, so as long as you're not in one of those conditions, you can take the Stoke Flames action, and then... Yes, for the rest of the turn. So you could do that and then 2 attacks with the extra damage.
Nice.
Nice.
But since it's a long sword, its damage is 1d6?
Maybe? Longsword is 1d8.
Oh. Then why is rapier marked as deadly? The critical hit adds
yeah,
damage.
Deadly is just a different... Oh, I see. The deadly d8. It adds an extra d8 when you crit, basically.
Oh.
Which the longsword does not. But the longsword is versatile piercing, so you can do either piercing or slashing damage with it, basically. If you think one will be better than the other. Whereas the rapier can only do piercing, I believe. I think that's the main trait the longsword has. It's a pretty basic weapon, but the smoking part makes it pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right. I think in addition to my 2 heals, I'm going to have 1 casting of fear.
Ooh, nice.
That's
I
what
like
made
it.
me run away.
It was very
Mhm.
effective. All right, so you've got a bit of spells all readied up. You're all feeling very refreshed. Do you want to just head back underground?
Everything's telling us
Yeah.
no, but yes.
All right. Wham bam. You're all back underground. We'll skip over you navigating through the first floor and making your way back down here. So, are you going to tackle this barricade of barrels first, or head up to the dragon?
The barrel cave, if you will.
Yeah, barrelcade.
I don't like it, but I think the dragon might be the best plan.
Yeah, especially because we know what it is.
How long do our potions last if we take them?
Good question. It's probably listed on the
I
item.
think it's 5 minutes, but I'm not certain.
Resistance 5 for 1 hour.
Oh, damn.
And technically, it looks like poison is not one of the things listed here, but I'll say that McElroy was able to brew up a special potion of poison resistance, so we'll just work that out. But if Foundry
read
tries
that.
if Foundry tries to automate it and give you a different resistance, we'll just work it out on the fly. But yeah,
I read that and I didn't want to say anything about it.
it's okay. I noticed it a little bit earlier too, and I was like, it's fine. I feel like this is a fairly reasonable item to. I mean, it's expensive, so you should be able to get something that'll work for this situation. All right.
Walking simulator.
Indeed. It's kind of funny to watch. I've got the camera for the stream set up so that it follows you all around and tries to like zoom out and move around to keep everybody on the screen at once. So with everybody shuffling around like this, the camera is like zoop 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 zoom 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 zoop zoop zoop. It's so funny. It's kind of satisfying to
Camera's
watch.
like, what do I do?
It's like the most hyperactive cameraman ever. It's great. It's like extremely attentive to detail. Like, we're gonna follow you no matter what.
Do we
All right.
still hear the growling?
You do, just off in the distance, but it appears to be like a menacing. It's a sound that's menacing to you because of your instincts telling you you should not fuck with this. But it's not like an angry sound, if that makes sense. But you do still hear that happening in the cavern. And looking in there, you see these towering yellow mushrooms that are emitting a bit of pale light. They appear to be like bioluminescent, which gives the entire chamber a bit of an eerie glow. There's sort of like a pale green and yellow fog that's just kind of sitting in here. It doesn't fill all the way up to the ceiling. It's just kind of sitting close to the ground. But it's high enough up that you'd probably breathe it in if you walked in there. There are some scattered remains of barrels and things you can see in a couple places around here. And you can just barely make out the smell of like rotten fish coming from this chamber as well. And you hear something shifting around on the far side, something hard scraping against rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real quick, can I go get some water?
Yes.
Cool.
I assume the other players will have some questions too.
Can I put away my torch and take out my spellbook?
Of course.
Oh, there's a button that makes Elemental Blast 1 or 2 actions. Heck yeah.
Oh, that's sick.
Um, I don't know why I didn't notice that before. This is only the 9th, 10th session, something like that.
So what are class DCs?
It's basically if one of your class features needs a DC, it uses your class DC.
Oh, okay.
And different classes will get trained at it at different rates and things. So some classes might get their class DC earlier. It's kind of like a spellcasting DC, but it's for all classes, not just, So if you have like a trip attack or whatever, right, that uses your class DC. Usually. Very generally, it is the DC for anything that comes from your class, pretty much.
Okay.
As opposed to like your athletics DC or stealth DC or something like that, yeah. Any other questions about the room? And I guess I'll ask as well, are you trying to sneak into the room, or are you trying to like be on alert for whatever is in the room?
I am returned.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
I would probably try to sneak.
I like the sneaking plan. Dragons are scary.
Sneaking is good.
Well, I also need to chug.
Ugh. Alright, so everybody on board with sneaking then?
I'm not so sneak.
I'm
think
not very
I'll
sneaky either, but I'm gonna try.
I think I'm gonna hang back, and as soon as I hear sounds, I'm going to join combat.
Alright, so those who are sneaking, go ahead and roll me a secret stealth check. And Eshe, you can give me a secret perception check.
Should I make a secret stealth check for Nocti as well? If Nocti,
Should I use Whisper Elf bonus?
Yes.
Should this also be an initiative perception roll?
Not yet, just a regular roll. I can convert it to initiative. Unless that means it's a bonus or something. In which case I can just add the bonus later, I guess.
I don't think so.
Yeah, because I think it, there's just a button for me to convert regular rolls into initiative rolls, because you can do that with this. Okay. So... you all try to sneak into the room, one by one, trying to make your way through here. Because of that, I'm going to move you into the room just a little bit, because you did move as all of this.
I added my Poison 5 resistance, and I'll take it off at the end of the combat.
Sounds good.
Under resistances, you can manually edit resistance.
Makes sense. So you all enter into the room, trying very carefully not to kick over any rocks or anything, or disturb anything that might make a sound. But occasionally there's just this little scraping of your armor, or the weapon against your shield, or something in the air. As you step, the mist in the air shifts and moves away from you and causes like a ripple effect across the room, making it very hard to move stealthily through here. And so...
did I really fail my initiative?
I think you did.
Yep. That's what I thought.
A bright green dragon leaps into view, and although it isn't much larger than you, large leathery wings and snapping jaws make the hatchling look like an ancient worm. The creature gazes at you with cunning eyes and snorts a yellow cloud of vapor. With a fierce roar, The dragon charges forward to attack. All right, and it is its turn first, so it is going to take one action to move first off. Rushing over here. It is going to see you, and it's just going to pounce at you. Second action to move. And then it will run right up to you, Ogden, at the head here. Oh, I didn't make it visible. There we go. It appears out of the mist, striking at you. You couldn't see it until it was right on you. And then it will hit you with a bite attack, or at least attempt to. That is a 33 to hit, Ogden.
What? Yeah, that is a crit.
You have 13 AC?
Wait, a 33 to hit?
33 to hit.
Yeah, my AC is 19.
Wait, 23. Yeah.
So that's a crit.
Numbers are hard.
So, you take... what's your poison resistance?
5.
Alright, you take 30 piercing damage and 1
is my
poison
health
damage after your resistance. As this thing just runs up to Ogden, just chomps into him. You all hear the crunch of Ogden's armor like snap underneath the jaws of this thing. And it is suddenly the scene of, like, this is a horrible scene in front of you all as this dragon just chomps into your friend. And you all start to feel like maybe you don't really have a chance against this thing. But that is the green dragon's turn. And now it is Oswin's turn.
Why did mine go from 18 to 24 for initiative?
Because when you go down in combat, you are automatically moved to before the thing that took you out's initiative. That way you don't get in a situation where it takes you out and then it's immediately your turn next, and then you roll a death save immediately, and yeah, it gives you more time for everybody to get to you. So Oswin, you just witnessed past Aella Ogden get chomped into, blood sprays against the cavern walls near him, and I don't think Ogden even has a chance to make a sound before he's unconscious.
Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. I have a shot from here, right?
Yes, it will have cover because Aella's in the way.
Shit.
Don't enter the chamber. No, we need to run.
Hunt prey, and then attack.
That is a hit.
All right. $13 damage.
All right. Bonk. It like releases its jaw off of Ogden after you hit it, and it just snarls at you.
My light turned on. There we go.
All right, then you move back.
Wait, isn't that 4 actions?
Yeah, so you move forward. Did you hunt prey? So that's, yeah. You'd have to stay up there.
Wait, so can I not use the rest of my movement to go back afterwards, Dan?
Correct. Yeah. Every separate movement is a separate action.
Shit.
Yeah, but I literally can see your butt.
I did not think about that. I probably would have just tried to take the shot and cover then.
That's okay. I think you hit even with the cover bonus, so let's just go with that then. So you shot,
Okay.
you hunted prey, you have 1 action remaining.
I'll just reload.
Beta well.
Okay, sounds good. Ella.
Oh dear. I really hope this works. I'm going to take out my wand of heal with my first action.
All right.
And then I'm gonna try and trick magic item.
All right.
Let's see. That is nature, right?
It's divine or yeah, divine or primal. So you could do either nature or religion, whichever is higher.
Nature.
Oops, sorry, I always forget I need a level-based DC for this, and I'm not good at calculating those on the fly yet. First level spell, that is a pass.
Okay. Good. I'm going to cast a one action heal into Ogden.
All right.
If I can find the button for it. Yeah. Use. There we go. Oh. I already did this step. Roll healing, yes. 5 health.
A little bit of health for Ogden. So you should come back with wounded 1.
Okay, how do I do that?
Unfortunately, also for you, Ogden, this is something I was looking up a second ago, just to make sure. When you fall unconscious, you drop everything you're holding, which means your sword, at the very least, is dropped. I'm not sure about your shield, because I think that's strapped to you. I'm trying to remember how that works. Steel shield. It is held, so that becomes dropped. So that means you're currently prone. Where's prone? There we go. You're currently prone. You currently have your hands empty. You're currently wounded 1. So if you get up and run away, you're not gonna have your weapons and stuff. It's a really shitty situation to go down in this game. But you are at least alive for now. And Ayala, that was 2 actions? 3 actions?
That was all 3.
Because you did the... Wait a minute. So did you do a 2-action heal?
I did a 1 action heal because I had to spend an action on trick magic item.
Oh, and 1 action to pull out the wand.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay. I missed... That's the part I missed. Cool. So, Ashay, it's your turn.
Alright. 2 action heal.
Alright, that's a bunch of healing for Ogden. Let's see how much you get. Nice. Pretty good chunk.
Alright, and let's see. Let's do guidance on Ogden.
Alright. I will drop that
One
effect
sec,
on
I
him.
need to, yeah, I need to cast it.
Makes sense. Spell effect, guidance. There you go. And then, Ogden, it is your turn. You are not doing so hot, but it is your turn. You're prone, you're wounded. It's a pretty bad day. What do you do?
Yeah, I mean, so... If I want to stand up, get my sword and my shield, that's all 3 actions, right?
I think so. You stand from prone, yeah, as 1 action. And then I think it's just 2 separate interact actions to pick things up. I'm pretty sure. I think there might be remaster rules for that aren't fully out yet, unfortunately, but I'm pretty sure that's the situation. Yeah, is 2 actions to pick up your 2 items.
Well, I guess that's what I need to do.
All right. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, you could. So it is always an option to leave your stuff on the ground and run if you want to, but if you want to stay at the head of the pack here, that's basically your option. Yeah.
I mean, you could also just pick up your sword and strike and be without your shield.
You could also pick up the shield and raise shield if you want to be more defensive. Some
And
options.
if you can survive this turn, I can give you and everyone else movement. But, like, I don't know how much it's gonna help.
You definitely don't want to be prone because it makes you off guard.
Yeah. Alright, so I'm at least gonna stand up.
Oh, fucking fuck. Yeah, go ahead and do your things. I fucked up. Go ahead. God fucking damn it. No, you don't. No, I'll just move you back up to the thing. There you go. 24.
Oh, okay.
So you're fine. You stand up. So I was trying to make you unprone, and there we go. Awesome.
I guess I'll stand up. And I will... pick up my shield and use the raised shield action.
Okay. So we will get your shield held in one hand, so your AC goes back up. And then you have the shield raised. Okay. So that is the end of your turn. It's back to the dragon's turn. The dragon... Okay, just making sure and a couple things here. The dragon is going to rear back and activate its breath weapon. Because it sees a bunch of people in a row here, so bam! Everybody in there. That is a reflex save. And that will
Is that
also,
a public roll?
Yes. It's a basic reflex save, so if you succeed, half damage, all that. Alright, so going down the list here. Ashay failed. Ogden failed. Nocti failed. Oswin and Ayla both pass. So on a pass, you take half damage. On a fail, you're going to take full damage. And this is 15 poison damage. I believe your resistance applies after it being halved if you got it halved. So it would go down to 7 and then resistance applies if you succeeded. Otherwise, you take 15 minus the resistance poison damage.
So if I use my reaction shield block, that damage goes into my shield HP?
You must take damage from a physical attack to trigger shield block. But it's currently about to swing its tail at you, so get ready for that.
Okay.
Kind of doing a big spin and then slaps you with its tail right as you raise your shield. So let's go ahead and hit that. Let me just double check. No, the breath weapon does not have the attack trace. This is not going to multi-attack penalty. What I should do though is do that. Cool. 20 to hit, Ogden.
That does not hit.
Ah, okay, there you go then. So you held up your shield and it probably just slams the tail against your shield and you just thud backwards a little bit, but you're not actually out of it yet. Oswin, you're up.
Oswin is going to first take a shot.
We're in combat. That doesn't sound good.
Does the 20 hit through cover?
Unfortunately, the 20 does not hit through cover.
All right. I am going to reload and then move over here.
All right, yeah, out of the way of the doorway. Makes sense. Did you take that poison damage, by the way?
Yeah, I took 7. Oh, it did. For some reason, it didn't save.
No worries.
Let me
Double check.
reapply that.
All right. So you moved over there, you reloaded. Ayala, you're up.
All right. Nice, simple turn. First action, channel elements combined with an elemental blast.
Go for it.
We're gonna bop. That's definitely a miss. And for my second action, I am going to. This is Nocti's character sheet, not my character sheet. I am going to 4 wins, and I'm gonna target Ashay, Ogden, myself, and Osmond's already as far away as Ogden will be able to get. Nocti.
Okay, so yourself. Sorry, can you go over the list again? Yourself, Monkey, Ogden, and Ashay. Is that what you said?
Yes.
Okay. So all of you get half movement.
Actually, no. Ogden, Coda, Ashay, and myself.
Ogden, Coda, Ashay, and yourself. Okay, Nocti stays.
No, not myself. Nocti.
Nocti. Okay. So you stay up
I
front.
get to move.
Ogden, Coda, Ashay, and Nocti all get half movement. That's a confusing one to work out on the fly.
Nocti would like to hop down the cliff.
Okay, it's a pretty small cliff. Fair enough.
I get to move. I use 2 actions.
So Ogden and Ashay, you both get half of your movement speed without a reaction. All right.
Well, it was fun having that smoked sword while it had it.
it's on the ground in there.
We can pick it up when we come back to kill the dragon. You know?
True.
Yeah, the dragon can have it.
Oh, the dragon's probably going to move it to wherever the dragon's stash is, because dragons always have a stash.
All right, so that was 2 actions, right?
That was all 3 of my actions.
Oh, because the elemental blast was part of it? Okay. Oh, you summoned the gate with
it-
the blast, and then you took 2 actions. Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
I understand that. The fucking kineticist is so weird. What we got there.
It could.
All right. I'm gonna do a dumb.
All right.
I'm gonna run, grab the sword, and then use my full movement to hop down the cliff.
Okay. So you run out to grab the sword. You use an action to pick up the sword.
Mm-hmm.
And then as you go to move away, you trigger the twisting tail reaction of the green dragon wormling.
Okay.
When a creature... You don't need to know all the details, so that's a secret. Yes, okay, a strike with a penalty. Oh, cool, there's even a toggle for it. 20 to hit.
That hits.
Alright, not a crit though, so that is 7 points of bludgeoning damage. This stops your movement in the square when the reaction happened. As it gets its tail around you and blocks your escape. Just growls at you.
All right. Cool. I can't like toss the sword to Ogden or anything.
I don't think so you used an action to get there, an action to pick it up, and then this action triggered and got interrupted, so I don't think you have any actions left anyways.
Okay.
Yeah. I think Ogden could run up to you and take it from you, but yeah, that's about, yeah.
Cool.
Ogden, you're up.
Hmm. I am not really sure what to do. So I guess is the consensus that everyone is kind of trying to get away?
I think the consensus is we can't fucking kill this thing. It will eat us all.
I think the consensus right now is Ashay is in fucking danger.
Yeah, she is.
I did say I was gonna do a dumb.
It's true, you did say that.
I
Oh,
also
this-
rolled an intelligence roll before doing
no.
said dumb
No.
with my actual dice and rolled really poorly, which is why I decided to do the dumb.
My. Okay.
Yeah, with it knocking me out, I don't really know if I want to go back in there.
Yeah, for clarification as well, you have wounded 1. If you get knocked down again, that puts you at dying 2 right away. And then if you were to fail another roll, like whether it hits you or you fail to roll on your turn, that would be death because of your wounded condition and your dying condition combined. So you are close to death as well. If you go down again, there's a very slim chance you get back up again.
And we don't have Revivify.
That said, we do have hero points. You can always spend a hero point to automatically, or you can always spend all of your remaining hero points to automatically get up, remove your dying condition. I don't know if that clears your wounded condition. We can look it up if somebody uses it, but yeah, and you also have hero points if you want to spend them on other things, but hero points can be good to keep you from dying as well.
Okay. At this point, I think I'm gonna stay where I am. I'm gonna draw my rapier, and I'm gonna ready an attack if the dragon starts trying to chase people.
Okay, so the trigger is if the dragon moves within range, basically. You're gonna hit it?
Yeah.
Alright, sounds good. So the dragon's turn, with Ashay right there, already within melee range. Very easy to reach. Is going to take its Draconic Frenzy action.
That doesn't sound good.
This is the faster than you think thing that somebody up on town mentioned. Once it gets somebody in its melee range, it's bad. It is going to first, since it cuts your exit off with its tail, it's just going to smack you with that tail again. So it's going to hit that. 19 to hit.
That hits.
That was 5 points of damage. It then hits with its claws. 20 to hit. That is with the penalty. 11 points of damage.
I'm down.
All right. It sees you go down from that strike, and it will not continue the assault. Has one action left. With one action left. Yeah, it is gonna do this. I think that's great. It is gonna roll intimidation, Ogden. It's gonna make a demoralize against you. So, what is your will modifier? Your will DC? It would be 10 plus whatever your will save bonus is.
So 15.
All right, it rolls a 30 to intimidate you, which I believe on a
I would
critical
say I'm pretty
success,
intimidated.
you have fear 2, I believe is how that works.
Also, I'm running away again?
No. You're just frightened too. I think it's... Yes, the target becomes frightened too. No other effect. But it does mean your attacks are less accurate, your defenses are worse, all of that. It's bad. And it's just sitting there over Ashay, growling at you all and like ready to strike again, but doesn't have enough, time to leap at you yet. Oswin, you're up.
All right, Oswin's gonna move down here. Take a shot. Ooh, yes, let's go.
Ooh, let's go! And it is marked for prey. Let's get it.
Yep.
How much damage is that?
So.
Oh
Holy
my
shit.
god! Holy shit!
I rolled really well I rolled almost one shy of max on both die.
So it roars down the corridor, and right as it's roaring, Oswin pops around the corner and just slings a bullet right down its throat. It starts choking and coughing up blood and spurting bits of its poison breath everywhere. And like, it's backing up away from you all. It did not take that well.
All right, that is good. I am going to realize that it's very pissed at me and run away.
Oh dang, it's got the near-death condition after that.
Yeah, no, that fucking hurt it. You can tell, like, yeah, it's like literally coughing up blood at the moment. That really got it bad. All right, so Oswin backs up out of the way. Ayala, it is your turn. There's still some time before it's Ashay's turn. Oh, we should have made you also dying, which should activate everything else. That makes sense. There we go. Activating prone and everything automatically. If you had anything held, just remember to drop that as well, Ashay.
All I had was my torch.
Fair enough.
Okay. Does like throwing my spellbook over the edge of the cliff so Nocti can collect it at a future time count as an action? Or does it count as dropping the item?
If you just want to drop it in that square so that somebody else can pick it up, that's just a free action drop. As long as it's in your hand already. Yeah, that's fine.
It's in my hand already, but I want to drop it like one square away from where I am.
Let me double check the rules on drop, because I think probably, but I want to make sure. This is really down to the wire here.
Yeah.
Why is this not let's drop prone. Thought there was like an action for this. I don't know why I can't. Basic actions. It's got to be in here, right? Oh, it's the release action. Okay. The release, something you're holding in your hands. I mean, dropping an item. It doesn't say anything specifically, so sure. I'll say for now, an adjacent space is fine with me.
Cool. I am tossing my spellbook down the cliff to Nocti.
All right.
Vaguely. And I will rub my forehead, like with one hand over my eyes, like, and say, mumble to myself, "God damn it, this better fucking work." And I would like to attempt to trick magic item.
All right. Go ahead and roll it.
That's not
Unfortunately,
promising.
that's not going to be enough.
All right.
I don't think there's anything
Well-
saying you couldn't try again, though, if you want to. But
There is.
oh, there is. Okay, fair enough. There is then.
In trick magic item, on a success, you can use the item for the rest of the turn. On a failure, you can't use the item or try and trick it again this turn, but you can on subsequent turns. And if it's a critical failure, you can't use the item, and you can't until the next day.
Fair enough.
um, how dumb am I? Okay, I'm going to make a 2-action elemental blast at the dragon.
Okay.
Maybe 28.
That's a critical
I mean, that's
hit.
a critical because you rolled a nat 20. So absolutely. Holy shit.
We might just be able to kill a dragon, guys.
You might just be able to kill it. Easy.
Just from pure RNG.
Hell yeah.
Fortunately, my crits don't do that much. 16 lightning damage.
How do you want to do this?
Holy shit.
It's coughing up blood. It's backing away. It looks like it's about to flee from you. How does your blast of lightning take it out?
You see Ayala look at the wand funny, shake it a little, and in her free hand, a ball of lightning will just coalesce and shape itself into a spear as she flings it at the wormling.
Hell yeah. So you fling the spear of lightning at it, and you know what? I'm gonna say, just for comedic effect here, the dragon's coughing up blood, it's backing away, it's spitting out poison and all that, and then this spear of lightning, right as it coughs, just goes right down its throat again, and it closes its mouth and makes like a big swallowing sound. And you just see its whole body start to just get electrocuted, and you all smell this horrible burning smell as this dragon is burned from the inside. And we are out of combat.
Alright,
And Eshe is very close to death here. I think we're going to remain in initiative order, sort of, here, because of the way, the time is pressured here. So it is Ogden's turn next before Eshe's turn. So Ogden, do you want to do anything before it comes to Eshe's turn?
Yeah, I would probably try to give Shay one of my healing potions.
All right. So you take an action, pull out the healing potion, run up, and last action to feed it to her?
Mm-hmm.
All right, that all tracks.
That is 4 health.
4 points of healing for Eshe. As you wake up, sputtering as this healing liquid is poured down your throat. No longer dying. Oh, there we go. That's the one.
A wounded one, right?
Correct.
Yep.
I'll let you
Alright.
apply it if you want.
Sure.
Nice.
oh wait, I forgot my deception check on the first one healing roll.
True.
Oh, that's not promising. I just have hope that everyone was distracted enough by the dragon.
I mean, if that's against perception DC, I think that fails against everybody.
Yeah, it is. Oh well.
Nobody believes it.
Wait, no, I don't need to trick people because they know I have the wand.
Yeah.
I'm tapping my forehead like the meme, but it's not working
Oh,
because you can't see that over Discord.
there we go. There we go.
Alright, I'm gonna drink one of my healing potions.
Should we patch ourselves up before we go any further? That was very scary, and I have no idea how we're alive. Meanwhile, Nocti will happily but painfully trot back up the cliff with Ayla's spellbook in her mouth. and just kind of like spit it at Ayla's feet.
Yeah, I was not expecting that thing to just bite me in half, almost.
All right. Well, we have a few hours. I can try and patch you up, Ogden. Or I can have somebody else patch you up.
Let's get that done next time. Because tonight, you all just killed a fucking dragon. Congratulations. That was intended to be an extremely difficult encounter for you to get to here at the end. I think they actually, since this is part of the beginner box, they basically intended it to be like a way to show new players, hey, sometimes when you go up against things, you should fucking run or you'll TPK. But y'all killed it. So it's 120 XP for everybody. And we'll come back next time as you look through this room, figure out what else is around here, get the treasure, get some healing patched up, all that shit. And yeah, holy shit, what luck. The 2 nat 20 victory. Insane. What a roller coaster.
We should be at 274, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I've got.
Cool.
That was sweet.
Oh yeah.
I was not expecting just a 33 hit.